Channel 2S is brought to you by New Type HQ. Get your kits and supplies at the link in the description below. But let's start with the Shenlong. You can see he does come with alternate holding hands that have the hand at a little bit of an angle so he can hold the beam javelin a little bit better. Is it a beam javelin? I really do like what they did with the Gyan Revive, where they actually put a hinge in the holding hand, but I know that's not something they can do with every kit on a high-grade budget, so this is a decent enough compromise. Some eyes for the dragon head, eyes for him, a couple camera sensors, and those green stickers that seem to really be the biggest sticking issue that people have with this kit so far. As you can see, very, very nice looking kit. It really nails that Shenlong look. Obviously, they've updated the proportions a little bit to make it look modern, but overall, it's a really nice looking model. Without the stickers on it here, the lack of the green on the shoulders is pretty glaring, but that aside, man, this kit just looks good. The Dragon Fang folds up really nicely on the side of the arm. The extendo arm bits fold up inside the shoulder really nicely, so they're not super obtrusive. From the back, he looks nice. He's got his little connector for the Naginata, and you can see that just pops in right there. Technically, it probably is a Guandao. Like, that is the actual term for what it is, but as far as I can tell, Bandai themselves calls it a Beam Naginata. Although Bandai also has an annoying tendency of literally anything with a pole arm with a pointy end on it, they will either call it a Naginata or call it something that is completely wrong for what it is. But you can see from the back here, design's pretty much the same. They just added some little extra details here and there and improved the proportions, which honestly, one of the biggest draws for like these 2.0 style kits for me is the improved proportions and head sculpts, because just the proportions of the face look so much better on the new model. He's got the more angular eyes, he's got the narrower face. It just, all of that looks so much better on newer kits, which is why I always appreciate whenever these older models get a 2.0, even if from a structural standpoint, sometimes the older model's not that bad. So the way Schizophonic does his galleries is he does not put any stickers on the models when he does these galleries. So whatever you see in this picture is the plastic color separation of the model, with the only exception being the sensors on the head. Or actually, wait a minute. The eyes are, but hold on. I just realized, I don't think that red bit in the forehead's a sticker necessarily. Yeah, there's no red sticker on the sticker sheet. That means that little red gem in his forehead is actually color separation. That's a separate red piece. That's really, really cool. Now we've come to the interesting part, which is how the extendo arm works. So you can see it here. It's all folded up. You'll notice there's no polycaps in this, so you might be wondering, well, how's this holding itself together? And it turns out it's actually pretty simple. So all they did is there's just some nubs on the side of the arm here, and then there's these little C-clips inside of the shoulder pad, and these nubs literally just click into place right there, and there you go. There's your connection. Very simple. Very effective. Obviously, I haven't had personal in-hand experience with this kit, but as far as I can see in these images, it doesn't seem like it's anything that's going to be too unstable. And yes, everyone keeps coming back to the shoulder gems being stickers. I feel like the big reason that everyone's mentioning this is because it's literally the only thing wrong with this kit. This aside, which honestly for a high grade is a pretty minor nitpick, all things considered, this is turning out to be a really, really nice kit. And then to do the Dragon Fang transformation, it doesn't look like it involves any parts forming other than pulling the hand off. You just kind of flip the head forward, flip the bottom jaw forward, and you got your nice little Dragon Fang. The joint is still there though, so if you're feeling inclined from a customizing standpoint to make an effect part for your Dragon Fang, you already have a nice little bullet joint right here that you could literally just plug it straight into. So we can see here for the waist, he's got the swing out or swing forward hips, which have been standard in all the wing kits so far, so that's not really a surprise. He does not appear to be using the tip forward torso mechanism that the Sandrock had, so you're not getting that extra little bit of articulation, but that was really something that was kind of only useful for Sandrock anyways, so not exactly a major loss. And he has toes that tip down and forward. I've never found this type of articulation particularly useful, but it's an extra point of articulation that doesn't intrude on anything else, so can't knock it too hard. And here we come to the, I would say it's a comparison, but it's more of an annihilation of the old wing no-grade Shenlong. So first of all, ignoring all the massive elephants in this room and focusing on the tiny shrew in the corner, I just want to point out that for some reason, the old no-grade Shenlong is just completely the wrong shade of white. Other than that, I mean, you have eyes, you can see this is an abomination. I feel like these kind of articulation comparisons are almost more of a joke than anything else because, I mean, come on. Look at this. I'd say the no-grade tried, but I feel like even that is being too generous. Yes, we are literally just dabbing on the old Boomer kit. Clearly the new one's better. I don't think anyone really needed this comparison. Also, the new high grade's quite a bit taller, as you can see here. I don't think that was a case of the old no grade being too small. I think it's just more so that Bandai kind of likes to cheat up the size of their smaller Gundams when they make newer kits of them. I believe it's something like 1/110th or 1/130th or something instead of 1/144th, just to give them a little bit of extra height so they're not completely tiny. As I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of the Shenlong's design in general, but I think this kit makes the Shenlong look just about as good as you can make the Shenlong look. Sure, it's a bit of a shame that he doesn't have the green for the shoulders, but with that being pretty much the only issue we've found with this kit so far, I don't think it's fair to criticize the kit just for that on its own. And here's where you can see how the extension bits actually work. So this is just the base arm with the pieces that were actually folded up inside the shoulder. As you can see, not a ton more range than just his normal arm, so you can take the extender bits in there and make it even longer. We have all the wing kits lined up here, and we can see the whole team all together looking pretty great. I definitely want to recreate this lineup, although unfortunately my old wing high grade is a very, very beat up model. One of his claws broke off. I think he's missing a hand because I gave it to another kit that I liked more that was also missing a hand. I think there might be a couple other broken parts on him, so I might have to just straight up rebuild that kit because I do want a new 1/144th Wing Gundam. I would rather rebuild the high grade than build the real grade because I'm not as big a fan of the real grade's proportions compared to the high grade. I think the real grade is technically more accurate to the Wing Gundam's design where it's a bit beefier, but I really like the sleeker look that the All Gundam Project kit has. And I mean, honestly, this picture right here, like this is just straight up wallpaper material. Man, that is a really, really nice looking set of kits. I said earlier, I'm not a big fan of the Shenlong from a design standpoint compared to the other Wing Gundams, but like, I want to do this. I totally want to have all 5 of them together, so I am definitely going to have to pick up the Shenlong. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. This video was recorded from one of my live streams. I usually try to stream around 4 o'clock in the afternoon till 6 or 7 in the evening Eastern Standard Time. If you want to make sure you don't miss the next stream or any future videos I upload, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'd like to also extend a thank you to my patrons for helping make this channel possible, and a special thank you to my Master Grade tier patrons like Yank. If you want to join the Patreon yourself, you will gain access to cool features like full archives of past streams and early access to some new videos. Thanks again for watching, and as always, I'm your host Second Soundwave, and I'll see you next time. Take care, guys.